My name is Jeff Gordon. I work at and own a body shop here in Washington, Pennsylvania. I do anything from rust repair, wrecks, and restorations. The current project I'm working on right now is this 2004 Chevy Silverado SS. It's owned by my brother, and we've done everything from rockers, cab corners, bedside patches, and basically restoring the whole truck. Today, I've painted the truck, and now I'm going to wet sand and buffalo clear coat to make it shine. The steps of wet sanding is you normally start with a block, about 1,000 grit, and you block any imperfections, dirt nibs, runs, a little bit of like waviness out. And then you slowly bump up on a block to like 1,500 to 2,000 grit, and then you soft block that, which will really just smooth it over a little bit better. Then you maybe run over it with your hand, and then it'll just make it really smooth. Then you do 3,000 grit on a DA, which will make it less sand scratches, so it's easier to buff. And you just go over that a few times, you re-wet it down, and then you do 5,000 grit on a DA, which gives it its final sanding, which will make the buff a lot faster. Then after you do the 5,000, the process of buffing starts with, you have a wool white pad, then you put compound on the sanded surface, you buff it, normally about 1,000, go around all your edges, and then you bump the speed up to about 1,400, in between 1,800, however you're feeling. You buff that to get the sand scratches up to shine, and then you still have these small marks of the wool pad buffing. So you change to a glazing pad, which is black, and you use a glazing like polish material. You put it on the panel, you buff over it with the glazing pad, wash it off, and you're done. Some problems that can happen is when you're wet sanding, you can wet sand too much off, especially on edges. This is known to happen. It's called sand through. You sand through your clear coat into your color, and then sometimes you go straight to your primer. During the buffing, you could have too much heat in thinner metal. You could actually warp it. With buffing too, you can hit an edge the wrong way and actually burn the paint off. And then a lot of times you'll see people don't even buff all the sand scratches all the way out, so you don't have a perfect shine, you have haziness. Owning my own business means I can kind of work on my own set of rules and terms. I can do the job process how I want to. In bodywork, there's tons of different ways you can do it, and everyone's heads are all right. And just basically doing this by yourself means you can do it how you want it to. From the business standpoint, I get to meet all the people, I get to talk to the people, and basically get to help them out personally rather than through a corporation or a chain. As for this being a sustainable business, I feel like it will keep going on. People will keep wrecking and running into other people, and they're not going to fix their cars by themselves, so they're going to have to bring it to me to have them fixed. And as restorations and rust work, and they're still making trucks and everything out of steel, old cars are always going to need restored. There's too many of them not to. And I feel like it will keep going due to that. In comparison to small businesses and big businesses don't care. All they care for is that check. They don't wet sand and buff cars. They sometimes don't even do correct repair procedures because they know they're so big, they're gonna have a following that keeps coming back. As for small businesses, they're doing everything they can to keep you there. So they will go beyond limitations. They will cover your deductible and do way more than they have to just to make you happy. My favorite part of this whole process is giving it back to them, and then they're all excited because their old, pretty beat down vehicles now all shiny and completed and nice again.